I'd like to speak briefly to our colleague or former colleague and now Deputy Presidential Spokesperson, Shamima Muslim, who has joined us graciously to share a few words. Shamima, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and commiserations to you personally, to government, and obviously to the people of Ghana. Shamima.
Good morning, Bernard. Not a very good morning, is it?
No.
But thank you indeed. Thank you. And I would like to first of all extend His Excellency's deepest appreciation to the profound outpouring of love, of support, of, commiserations from across the world, within the country, from all corners. I think that in these difficult times, such words serve a great purpose to lightening the heaviness, in the hearts of many within our government, especially the spouses, the parents, and the friends of our fallen comrades. So we thank you all for your kindness.
And of course, you found strength to keep working, even though the president has announced that his program has been curtailed for the next 3 days. At least you in the communication team, the chief of staff, have been going about your duties just to get a sense of what the 3 days of national mourning could mean and how you expect people like us in the media to help commemorate it. So are there any specific recommendations? Of course, flags are flying half-mast. We are doing round-the-clock coverage of updates. But are there any expectations or announcements from government in relation to what we should expect in the next 3 days in relation to this very horrific tragedy?
Right. Thank you again. As you may recall, yesterday there was a deployment of various teams to visit the homes of our fallen comrades and to formally communicate the devastating news to the immediate family of our fallen heroes. So that was done partly yesterday. Today, there's going to be a visit in Takoradi for one of the flying officers to do same. The bodies have been received, and for government, the priority is to quickly complete all processes, especially in relation to the Muslim comrades, so that the burial can happen in line with Islamic tradition.
Yeah.
So that is a priority. But with regards to the general commemoration of the 3 days of mourning, we will, as we've been doing, communicate in real time the various actions that we're going to be taking. Safe to say that we're all just doing what we can to ease the pain for the family, for the government, and put in place all the necessary, plans. So there's already a planning committee at work to ensure a smooth process towards what should be a very, not a long drawn-out process to interring the remains of our fallen soldiers. I think that is critical to what is being planned now. In the meantime, as you have asked, what we can pray the media to do is to continue to give dignified coverage of the disaster. We have pleaded for platforms to delete the harrowing visuals, from various networks, so we can give a dignified coverage, and still balance the need of the public to know what happened, to respecting the family and the spouses, so that we don't keep sharing some of the earlier visuals that have come. Nobody would want that to be how they will be remembered. I know, Bernard, you also have had interaction. Omani and Murtala were my colleagues at the same time. We were in the General Assembly in the year that Omani contested Nook's presidency. We were in the same bus from Legon because he was the medical school rep at the General Assembly, so he used to come from Kolebu to participate in General Assembly meetings. And then, yes, I recall very vividly, and I always, tell him this story that I heard the name Che Guevara the first time because Omani was holding a book about this, revolutionary Marxist. And so I said, who it was it? And he said, I don't know who it is. I said, I don't know. So he told me about who, she was. So I'm telling you that even at that student level, these were the things that were shaping his mind. And so when Omani became the, that competent individual with deep knowledge in various subject areas, from IT, how does a medical doctor become, the head of elections of a political party that surgically delivers that kind of outcome we saw last year? And you would know Murtala was also an avowed Pan-Africanist. He was always reading books about Nkrumah. His library was full of books on Pan-Africanism. And so His Excellency has lost some of his best and brightest loyal aides who stood with him, by him, for him for the longest period. And at a time that they were in pole position to contribute to the development of this country, God said it was time for them to come home. And we can't question God. There are those who say that, why does God allow suffering? And recently I came across a profound statement that if God does not permit suffering, man would not know his limits or his need for God, and that suffering breaks pride and brings us to repentance. Whatever the lessons that God wants us to learn from this devastation, may He make it clear for us to learn those lessons.
Yeah.
And whilst we are at it, may all of you continue to support us in prayer, support His Excellency, and bear him up, that he may not become confounded by the heaviness of the crown that he wears. And that the God who puts him through these things is the same God that would remove him from it.
Wow. And
to the glory of him, we would know why these things happen. But we also need to investigate the matter. In as much as we don't control death, if there are accidents that are avoidable, if there are mistakes that are avoidable, so we can avoid the next tragedy, I think that the task force that has been set up to investigate will do all of us a great service to come up with what really happened, so the family can even get a certain sense of closure.
So Shamima, I'm encouraged by the statements you've made and heartened that you've even found the strength to say the things you said, because I know, having worked with you and also with particularly Omani and Murtala, how close we all were on campus and the work we did together. So I'm encouraged by your strength. The question many Ghanaians would want me to ask you is how the president is taking all of this, because we also do know that these were people who were very close to him, who were working for him, particularly the first two. And so, and indeed, we have not heard him make a comment. We've heard the chief of staff, we've seen the vice president. So we hope our president is okay, and we know that it's very difficult, but at least assure us that he will appear soon and at least let us know that he's still fine in this very difficult period.
As human as the president is, he cannot be fine at this moment. He is as heartbroken as all of us. Again, as you reiterated, these were some of his, Alaji Muniru, it's like the leg and hands of the president who takes care of so many things for the president. Omani was by the president throughout the dark days of opposition. in the wilderness with him. Murtala the same, their work earned them the positions, the trust that he reposed in them earned them the positions that His Excellency puts them. So the president is heartbroken by what has happened, but the president, especially and also with the support of the First Lady, Madam Lordina Mahama, they are a strong couple of faith. And as we speak, they are consoled by words of wisdom and words of advice from various pastors that have passed through and prayed with them, prayed for them. So as hurtful and devastating as this is, the president knows he has a duty, and within reasonable time, the people of Ghana would see him.
Yeah.
Because he will celebrate the life of these 8 comrades.
Now, finally, some have said that you in government also need help in terms of counseling, psychological support, even medical support, because as you know, when somebody is bereaved, it can take a toll on your body, and I'm talking to you from experience here. So people are saying we should also encourage spiritual help and medical help, because we shouldn't assume that because they are leaders and that they are supposed to perform statecraft, that they do not need that type of help. That even you and Felix and all those who are working and talking, you all require some counseling and help. Are you open to that? Because I've had the Psychology Association and all these guys offer to support the people who are most affected by this, and indeed the families too. So is this something worth discussing with the committee so that it will be done, or is this something that's already ongoing, so that we do not just say because they are duty bearers they should perform, but they need support from all possible angles?
Even before this was the devastation, within the presidency, there are opportunities to seek. So we have a clinic right in the building of the presidential block that has an array of medical officers. And at every meeting, we are told also and encouraged to take our, mental health very seriously, seek help when and how we need it, even before this devastation. So internally, those are going to happen. In fact, so a lot of friends have called. So all of that is helpful, and learning and sharing will happen, and that opportunity would be presented to all members of government. As you have said, it is very traumatizing. It is very traumatizing. I was just having a conversation with Amanda, Amanda, Dr. Amanda, and the two of us went back and we had a lot of fond things to share about, our friends, Dr. Omani and Murtala. So, yes, as members of government on our pages, we are encouraging each other, and of course those who are proclaimed to certain pre-existing medical conditions, they have been urged to stay away from some of the visuals, and they've also been urged to seek immediate help so that they can manage their anxiety levels. Anxiety, we're all feeling. Pain, heartbreak, we're all feeling. But we will ride the storm with the necessary interventions. And so we thank the offerings that have come from people who are very well intentioned. We thank them, and I think in the right time, the Chief of Staff would ensure the presence of professional help at the presidency for access for all needing it.
So we will be standing by for updates from the committee on the next steps, but we want to sincerely thank you and once again send our commiserations and condolences to you personally, to the government and to all concerned, and of course to the families of the 8. Thank you so much, Shamima, and have a better morning than yesterday.
We thank you.